Hey, what's up, Fizzy, and welcome back to another review on this year's Darkest Halloween. Last week, I got done watching The Exorcist Believer, and here's my honest and spoiler-free review. First off, I just want to clarify why there isn't an intro for this video, and that is why, because of, I do like on these Exorcist reviews, I have a continuous story, and for this like review, and because this is going to be like the finale of everything, if you have not seen the last video, here's a little
over the past 4 videos. Has come a continuous story.
Yep. So, I'm going to do like a full-on video. I'm not going to talk about any more of that now. So let's go on to the review. So in this movie, we follow Victor Fielding, has raised their daughter Angela on his own, but Angela and her friend Catherine disappear into the woods, only to return 3 days later with no memory of what happened to them. It unleashes a chain of events that force Victor to confront the nadir of evil, and in his terror and desperation, seek out the only person alive who has witnessed this before. So yeah, that's the basic story. The Exorcist franchise. I mean, if you know, I personally like The Exorcist 3 better than every Exorcist movie. Yes, even the original 2. I like 3 more. And every Exorcist movie is honestly just fine. To me, honestly, just alright. Except for 2 and 4. Those were not great. So I was a tiny bit hyped, just tiny bit, but I saw the trailers for this, and you can probably look at my trailer reaction, and it just looked alright, but not having seen this movie, it was a letdown. David Gordon Green is such like a hit or miss director. We have like 2018's Halloween. That's being my personal favorite out of the Halloween franchise. And then we have Kills. For me, it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And then like Halloween Ends, even for I dislike the ending, and it's not a great ending. It's an alright movie by its own. Like the ending ruins it. But now coming into the Exorcist Believer, what happened? Honestly, I will talk about this more later in this review, but like, what is the positive of this movie? What did I like? Are there any? First off, I do think people are going to walk out and just saying this movie is alright and at least decent at best. This movie isn't like complete garbage, and you don't want to throw it out of the trash, You don't want to just throw it out the window. It is alright, it's decent. But okay, kicking things off, what I liked about the first half of this movie. Honestly, it was good. No, you know what? It's great. The whole like character building and setting up this world, or like the family with this father Victor, played by Leslie Odom Jr., and Angela, played by the Jawat. Hope I'm saying that right. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. And what I really love is that this movie takes the time to understand this character and what their life has been up until this point. And it's really just the bond and love of this father and daughter, it's just a whole amazing thing in this movie, honestly. And then for like the performances, I mean, they were really good in this movie, with the standout being Leslie Odom Jr. and the little girls in this movie that is being possessed also does a good job, and the whole like visual effects and practical effects are really great in this movie. So I was really just sitting there with a smile on my face, being invested in this story, and it's this movie being unique with like 2 girls being possessed, and I don't think we've seen this before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've seen this before. So I was just sitting and anticipating what comes next, and how are they going to kind of unpossess them, or how is the story going to go forward? And then comes the bombshell, a Force Legacy sequel. Why? So, what is my mixed and negatives about this movie? You have seen the trailers. They bring back the mother from the original movie, played by Ellen Burstyn, and I do get that it might be a big moment, big like excitement for a lot of Exorcist fans, tying this back into this 1973 movie. I do get that, but I will say that she was completely wasted in this movie. Like, she was basically useless. I promise you, if you would have removed her from the story, nothing would change. You know, story, the same story, but without the connection to the original. Original. That's it. She's only there for these connections to the original movie. That's it. You could have just completely remove her. Not even kidding. Like, legit, when she enters, some of you are probably so hyped when she returned, you know? Just, oh my god. And then, boom, gone. Gone from the whole movie. It's like, why? And also, this movie just lacks the atmosphere that the original has. You look at the 1973 movie and you can instantly identify and see what difference with the tone of this bluish color, or like the cinematography is just on point with like also fog and everything, lighting, just pure, like you can instantly recognize it. But with this movie, the immersion isn't there. It really just lacks that personality, you know? From what I've heard of other people say, also, many people say it's soulless and very just like, yes, soulless. And I do actually agree with that. Like, it just lacks atmosphere and the immersion isn't there. There are some creepy things that happens in this movie, but way too many of them are just cheap jump scares. And like I said before, cheap jump scares are not fun. It's human instinct to jump, while there is little to no sound and there's just blast sound in your ear. It's human nature to actually jump, and it's not effective. It's not an effective jump scare like the original actually had. Or they had like creepy moments and actually good scares instead of just cheap jump scares, like I said. Of like, that's what I hate about this genre, you know? There are just so many cheap jump scares. Now with the third act, it was like alright, but not like wowed me, you know? Because the Exorcist Believer on paper has a lot of great ideas. With like two girls being possessed instead of one, the backstory of the main character, the demon, and what his ultimate goal is, and just the way they figure out and go with this like exorcism in this movie. So there's some actually great idea, but when it comes to the execution, fuck, that's where it just falls apart. So overall, I just want to say one sentence. Why was this movie made other than to get that cash, you know? So for Exorcist Believer, I'm giving horror 1.5 points. There are some creepy elements, but most of them are just cheap jump scares that I hate. And now for acting and dialogue, I'm giving it 3 points. I mean, everyone was good in this role, and that's just all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Now with the storytelling, I'm giving it 1 point. Yeah, they had great ideas, but the whole execution of this movie was just where they just all fell apart. But the half of this movie, pretty strong. Now did I like it? Does it deserve 1 more point? I'll give it like half a point, honestly, because like I enjoyed I didn't enjoy half of the movie, so I can't give it full point, but half a point, 7. Yeah, it's alright. So overall, my score of this movie is a 6 out of 10 or a 2.5 out of 5 stars if you can Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, or other marketplaces with stars. Not, but if I were to give it a critical rating, I would have to give it a C minus. Will I be recommending this movie? Sure. There's something to be like about if you're like an Exorcist fan. But I will say that you just rent it at home. Don't watch it in theaters. Just chill and watch it at home. But hey, that's my honest review of this movie. Now leave it up to you. I'm really interested in what you think about it, or like what do you like or dislike about it. And keep in mind, this is my review, and I'm just a person with an opinion. You don't have to agree, but we all respect. And you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed this review. And don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. And I also recently started a Discord, so you could join and just talk to me if you want, you know. Each link is down in the description. But yeah, I also have a subscriber goal of 200 subscribers by the end of this year. So it would mean so much to me if you just hit that red subscribe button. Or you know, you could like or comment whatever you want to do. It really just helps me a lot and lets me know you actually enjoy my content. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another spooky video. Peace out.